broadcast this one to the YouTube. So yeah, so is my voice clear enough for you? Shouldn't have any issue because we conduct for so many classes already. Yeah, so is my voice clear enough for you? Shouldn't have any issue because we conduct for so many classes already. Yeah, so is my voice clear enough for you? Shouldn't have any issue because we conduct for so many classes already. Yeah, so is my voice clear enough for you? Okay, actually the class will start in few minutes. Yeah. All right, so basically today we're going to discuss about the SBP paper 2. So yeah, because last week actually we did paper 1, so today we'll do paper 2. And as usual, the paper 2 should take longer. And then normally I will skip the section C because normally I have not enough time to actually discuss all the questions, but I will do my best. Yeah, I'm using the Blue Yeti microphone. Right, so okay, so let's start the discussion now. So I will share the screen. I'll share the question. I hope all of you can see the question nicely. All right, and then I will start the screen recorder as usual. Just give me a moment. All right, so yeah, I will start in 3 seconds. All right, so today I'm going to discuss about the SBP paper 2, and this is the step. This is a trial paper for 2016. All right, so yeah, let's go, have a look on the first question. All right, so this one is the first question, and okay, first question basically I guess is quite simple. Okay, given that the functions fx equals to px squared plus 4x plus q, where p and q are constant, right? Show that fx is equal to this thing. So whenever I see something like this, I guess this is something to do with completing the square. So yeah, I guess this 2 mark is just for completing the square. So what I will do is I will do the fx. If completing a square, the first thing is I will write this is p. Completing a square, I always want to make sure my x squared is equals to 1. So what I will do is I will factorize out the p for both, for x squared and as well for 4x. Then I factorize out the p plus q. All right, then what I will do is the next thing is I will copy the first step, I'll copy the second one. This one maybe I call it 4 over px. All right, then what I will do is I will plus something square minus something square, and then I close bracket plus q. Right. So the something here definitely will be b divided by 2. So if b divided by 2, this is my b. My b is 4 over p, right? So 4 over p divided by 2 means multiply half. So you just imagine 4 over p multiply half. Basically, you will have 2 over p. So this is 2 over p. This one will be 2 over p squared. Right, so here is always b over 2. Okay, the b is after you factorize out the coefficient beside the x, we call it b. All right, so you actually will get this thing. So after you done this, then I will go into my next step, which is combine the first 3 terms. So I combine my first 3 terms, form something bracket square. When I say first 3 term, mean first term, second term, third term. But I will only take the first and third term without the square. So the first term is x, third term is 2 over p. Right, then the fourth term over here, I will just write it now over 4 over p square. Square for both. And then it goes bracket plus q. So the one last step is I will actually multiply the p into both of these. So what I will have here is p bracket x plus 2 over p square. P multiply for negative 4 over p square, you will get negative 4 over p plus q. Definitely, we want to get something like this. This is q over 1, right? I will make them have the same denominator. I will multiply p, I multiply p. So therefore, I can get exactly the things over there, p square. So this is qp minus 4. So I can say pq, this is pq. This is negative 4, isn't it? Minus 4 over p. They are right, Sean. Right. Even this is just 2 mark, but this 2 mark actually you will need to do quite a lot of things. Why multiply 1 over 2? Okay, if you want to, why you need to multiply 1 over 2? Because this multiply 1 over 2 actually is the same meaning with divide 2. For completing a square, we always need to divide 2 for the third term, right? So for example, we go to the simple one. If I have x squared plus 4x plus 7, if I want to do the completing the square, I will copy the x squared plus 4x, and then I'll plus something square minus something square plus 7, isn't it? So over here, the something here, I actually take the b divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2 will be 2. 4 divided by 2 will be 2. All right, so then I combine the first 3 terms into x plus 2 square. All right, and then here we minus 4 plus 7, it will be positive 3. Then we done the completion square. So this is sort of formula. So you always need to divide 2. And you have to understand divide 2 is same meaning with multiply half. They are the same thing. Okay, so yeah, let's move on to the part B. Okay, if the minimum point of fx is this one. All right, so definitely you know the purpose of doing the completing the square is to get the maximum or minimum point. However, in this case, they say it's minimum point. You just assume p is positive. All right, so this is x coordinate. How do we get the x coordinate? X coordinate we get inside the bracket square one, isn't it? So therefore, inside here, you know the x value basically is negative 2 over p equals to negative 4. So basically, your p will equals to negative 2 over negative 4. P equals to 1 over 2. And same thing, if you want to get the y value is all the value at the back without x. So I will say pq minus 4 over p equals to 2. Since we know about p, so I will substitute p later. So, okay, maybe I can substitute p now. So p is half. Half q minus 4. I move my p to the other side. So it's 2 multiply half. Right, so yeah, here you get 1. So half q equals to 1 plus 4. Because I move the negative 4 to the other side. This is 5. So therefore, my q equals to 10. Right, so now I can easily get my p and q. And this is 4 mark. The 4 mark here basically is just trying to make sure you can understand that. Okay, is there any problem? If there's no problem, then yeah, now we move on. Okay, I'm I mean, the printing of this diagram actually is not so obvious, and actually they have a red line, they have a line over here, but then it's not so obvious, so I'm going to draw it for it. All right, so in this question, in the diagram 2, show the rectangular plank. Okay, I think the plank is sort of papana, means it's some wood, maybe. Okay, so Park Ali want to cut the planks into 2 triangular planks. So basically they want to cut like 1, 2. They want to cut into 2 pieces. All right, so the perimeter of each of the triangular planks is 24 centimeter. That means I know perimeter equals to 24. And the measurements of the longer size of the triangle is x plus y. Longest size of the triangle, we know what they're trying to say is the hypotenuse. Okay, because hypotenuse is always the longest, it's the longer size. All right, calculate the area of the whole blank. So your objective is to find the whole area. So the area for this one is very easy. Area basically is 3y multiply x. So you get 3xy. So after we find out x and y, we're going to substitute into here to find the area, because this is our ultimate goal. I mean, this is our objective of solving this one, is to find the area. Right, so over here, okay, this 7 mark, I'm not sure why they gave 7 mark. Basically, this one is a simultaneous equation topic. But since you have x and y, when you have x and y, something must go into your mind is, if you have 2 unknown over there, you will need to form 2 equations. Right, so I will need to form 2 equations. The first equation is perimeter. Yes, I got it. But then from the question here, you will need to actually find another equation. So therefore, just now I said hypotenuse, because I know that if this is right angle triangle, you can use Pythagoras, isn't it? If this is ABC, we know C squared equals to A squared plus B squared. So you have to understand that you can use the Pythagoras to form your second equation. This is your first equation, this is your second equation. Then only you do simultaneous. If you cannot get the hints of second part, there's no way you can solve this one. Because you have 2 unknown here, you only have 1 equation. Right, this is something important. So, okay, so let's go into this equation. Okay, so I will actually cut this one out. I have something like this. This is x, this is 3y, and then the question says the hypotenuse is x plus y. All right, based on the question. So I will do perimeter first. Perimeter basically all plus together. Mean x plus x, 3y plus y, so it's 2x plus 4y. Equals to 24. So then I will simplify x plus 2y equals to 12. So x equals to 12 minus 2y. I will call this one as my first equation. And then I will form my second equation using the Pythagoras. That means this square plus this square equal to this square. So I will say 3y squared plus x squared equals to x plus y squared. All right, then I will solve this equation also, definitely. So this is 9y squared plus x squared equals to x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. And then definitely x squared and x squared I will simplify. All right, then I will move my y squared to the other side. It becomes 8y squared. And then I will get xy squared equal to 2xy. Okay, over here I want to make my x as a subject. So I'm going to make x as a subject. So x basically equals to 8y squared divided by 2y. That means I move the 2 and y to the other side. So y and y simplified, 2 and 8 simplified 4. So x basically equals to 4y. This is my second equation. So simultaneously, I just substitute into my first equation. Then I should be able to get the answer. So since x equals to 4y, that means I change this one into 4y. 4y equals to 12 minus 2y. So 4y, not 4x. What happened to me? 4y. So therefore, you have 6y equals to 12. Y equals to 2. After you got the y, you can easily get x by substitute back into 2. So it says sub y equals to 2 into the second equation. So my x basically equals to 4 multiplied 2. My x is equals to 8. And you don't stop here, because the question basically asks you to find the area. So I got my area over here. So I say area equals to 3xy. So I will solve this one, equals to 48 cm square. So this is how we find area and how we actually get the 4 mark here. All right, shouldn't have any problem, but this is quite easy. The only difficult part is, you must get the idea you can use the Pythagoras to actually form one equation. If you couldn't get this idea, it's quite hard for you. Okay, if there's no problem, I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, yeah, I would say this is quite hard. But it's not really that hard, but then yeah, I was not necessarily KBAT question. Maybe it's a bit unusual, this question. All right, so anyways, let's have a look on this question. Table 3 show a data of 50 worker. So I know all plus together, I mean sum of F equals to 50. Okay, so the next thing is given that 50%, okay. Let me finish. 50 workers of the Syarikat Maju Jaya in the year 2014. Okay, so yeah, total here should have 50. So you can just sum them together. It's given that 50% of the worker is older than an n year. Calculate the values of n. So that means 50% of student is older than n years. So over here, when you see 50% here, okay, in statistics, when you see 50% or 25% or 75%, you must very conscious about this information, because the 50% over here actually means median. Whenever you see 25%, it means lower quarter, Q1. Normally we'll call it Q1. And when you see the 75%, this one means upper quarter. And then in MF, basically we have the formula for all this. So over here, we will solve the median. So basically, the whole question trying to say is the median is equals to n. All right. So now our purpose is actually to find n. Okay. So therefore, since we know we have 50 students, the median is not hard to find. You just use 50 multiply median is half, right? So 1/2. So you get 25. So I want to find where exactly is my frequency actually hit 25. Where is my 25th equation? I mean 25th frequency. So I will actually plus one by one. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 plus 10 is 26. So that means I know 25 actually is high inside this class, 36 to 40. So therefore, since I know this one is the so-called the median class. So since I know this one is so-called the median class, so I can just apply my formula for it. Because the median formula is a lower boundary of the median class plus 1/2 multiplied total frequency minus cumulative frequency before the median class over frequency of the median class multiply with class size. All right, this is basically their formula. So first thing is, okay, from here, I will need to find my lower boundary. So lower boundary, I will take 36 plus 35 divided by 2. I know the lower boundary is 35.5. All right, plus half multiplied total frequency, which is 50, minus the capital F is a cumulative frequency before the median class. Now this is my median class. So I want to cumulate those frequencies before this class, which is 11 plus 6. I mean 11 plus 5, which is 16. All right, then divided by, this is the frequency of the median class itself. Frequency of the median class itself, it will be 10, so over 10. And then multiply by class size. Class size, you have to use the upper boundary minus lower boundary, then you will get 5. So this is basically 40.5 minus 35.5, and then you will get 5. All right, this is how you actually get the class size. And then you just use the calculator, you can easily get this answer. All right, let me just do it. 25 minus 16. And then this one simplified, divided by 2. And then plus 35.5. So you will get 40. Okay, this is the n. All right, that's mean if they ask me what is, that mean the worker older than 40 years old, yeah, you have 50% of the worker which is older than 40 years old. All right, this is how, yeah, it's a bit unusual. That's why this is what I say, and what I'm saying just now. All right, so at the end of the year 2014, some of the worker from the group 40 to 41 years old have transferred to another company, while 3 workers from the group 56 to 40 years old have retired. Given that the means of the remaining worker is 39. So what I want to do is I must get the idea what the question trying to say. So okay, so I will mark down those information I have. The first information I have is I know means equals to 39. All right, this is the first thing. And then of course I know 40 to 41. Where's 40 to 41? Okay, it's over here. There's some worker leave transfer to another company. So now you have 10 worker is in the age 40 to 41. So some worker going to leave. I do not know what is those worker. So I will call those worker as X. Okay, because the question asks you find the number of workers have transferred to another company. So I will say X equals to number of workers have to number of worker transfer lah, because I just write some short form. This is not the English classes. So yeah, maybe have some grammar mistake. It doesn't matter. So X basically means the number of worker actually will transfer. So what I will do is, since I know there's 10 worker, maybe transfer all the 10, we do not know, or maybe transfer some of it. So I will minus X. All right, so if transfer 3 worker means I minus 3. If transfer 10 worker means I minus 10. All right, then the second information is say 3 worker from the 56 to 60 years old will have retired. So 50 to 60 years old is over here. So will 3 worker retire? That means you have to minus 3. You only left 1. All right, so now the first thing I will do is I will actually find my new total frequency. Okay, just now we have 50. 3 retire already, minus 3. We left 47. Okay, within the 47, have X employee actually transferred to another company. So I will have to minus X. So my total frequency is 47 minus X. All right. Okay, I hope you actually get the idea. All right, then I can actually get mean. Okay, in order to get means, you should know the mean formula is sum of fx over sum of f. All right, this is the mean formula for group data. So X basically here actually means for the midpoint. But we have no midpoint over here. So what I will do is I will actually form the midpoint by myself. Let me just erase the 1 here. All right, I will call this is X. Okay, this is frequency, this is F. All right, so midpoint is very easy. Use the lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2, you'll get 28. Means 30 plus 26 divided by 2. And then do the same thing, 31 plus 35 divided by 2, you'll get 33. And then you know it's key on plus 5, this is 38. Key on plus 5 is 43. Plus 5 is 48. And then this is 53. And then this one will be 58. All right, then definitely I will need to find a value for fx. F multiplied with x. All right, so yeah, so let me draw a line first lah. Okay, maybe I use blue color. Then this one you just use calculator. 11 multiplied 28, I get 308. And then 33 multiplied 5, I actually will get 165. And then this is 380. Okay, for this one is basically is 43 multiplied 10 minus 8. Right? You have to imagine something like this. Okay. I guess something wrong. Okay, I have to restart this thing. I hope all the data here is still remain. Because actually, yeah, something went wrong for. Okay. I have to close it. I'm not sure what happened, some technical issue maybe. Okay, so I will just open it right. One. Okay, let's see, is everything work fine here? Okay, I guess everything, oh, it's still here. That's great. Okay. Okay, then okay, so for this one, 10 minus x basically is 10. I mean, 10 minus x multiplied with 43. So this one you actually will get 430 minus 43x. All right, then this one you just multiply. 48 multiplied with 6 is 288. And then 54 multiplied with 53, I mean 53 multiplied with 4. So it's 212. And then 58. Okay, this one left 1 only, right? Because we minus 3 already. So 58 multiplied 1 is still 58. So I want to know my sum of fx. This means I will plus together, but then you have an x here, you couldn't plus the x. So the x, I will actually write minus 43x here first. That means I actually solved this thing already, so I plus all the number here. So it will be 308 plus 165 plus 380 plus 430 plus 288 plus 212 plus 58. So basically I get 1841. All right, so therefore in order to find the mean, it's sum of fx over sum of f, isn't it? We know mean is 39, is given over here. So my sum of fx is this thing, 1841 minus 43x. My sum of f is basically 47 minus x. All right, so I want to find x. I will move the whole denominator to the other side. They will multiply. So it'll be 39 multiplied 47 minus x equals to 1841 minus 43x. Then I will multiply this one definitely. I get 1833 minus 39x equals to 1841 minus 43x. Then I move the 43x with plus 43x, then you will actually get 4x. So you get 4x over here. And then 1841 minus 1833. So basically you get A. So x equals to 2. That means only 2 workers transfer to another company. All right, so that's why I say this question is slightly different compared to the other question. Yeah, for Tasha. Sorry, I'm late. Just came back from tuition. Yeah, welcome here, Tasha. All right, so okay, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, yeah, this is another KBAT question here because it's a bit tricky. This question is not really hard, but then it's a little bit tricky. Okay, once a week, Puan Noriza makes sugar cookie. Okay, on the first week, she used 2 full cups of sugar to support the reduce sugar campaign. So you have a campaign here. Basically, this is just a campaign. Well, the purpose of campaign just asks you to reduce sugar. So each week after that, she reduced amongst the sugar by 1/3. That means if at the beginning he have 2 full cups of the sugar, this is the this is 2 cups, right? This is 2 is mean 2 cups, all right? On the next week, it actually reduce 1/3. So reduce 1/3 means what? Reduce 1/3 over here is actually, I want to find what is 1/3. Then reduce 1/3 means 2/3, right? So if you have 2 cups, reduce 1/3 already. So you will still left 4/3, isn't it? So the next one will be 4/3. And then he reduced the 1/3 from here as well. So you will continue reduce 1/3 and then use the total number to minus 1/3. Then it will be very complicated if you do like this. So I want you to think like this. If this is 1 piece, I cut into 3. Maybe this one is 1/3. Okay, here is called 1/3 cup, isn't it? 1/3 of 2 cups lah. I mean for 2 cups. All right. So if reduce 1/3 already, you still left 2/3, isn't it? So what I will do is I will say the next one will be 2/3 multiplied by 2. And then the next one will be 2/3 multiply the previous answer. Okay, let's say this answer we got it just now is 4/3, right? Then it will be 2/3 multiply 4/3. Because over here, the Puan Noriza is going to keep on reduce 2/3. So over here, what you need to understand is they keep on is reducing 2/3. Basically, they keep on multiply 2/3. They keep on multiply 2/3. until infinity. All right, so I know my first term is basically is 2. And my second term over here is basically is R. Because, he reduced 1/3. He reduced 1/3, right? So reduce 1/3, so therefore it's 2/3. All right, so, okay, now the question asks you, how much sugar does she use for the cookies on the 5th week? So that means the question asks about T5. So you should know the formula for Tn is this one. So if T5, I have A is 2, my R is 2/3, and N is 5 minus 1 is 4. Then I will solve this one. This is 16/81. So therefore, in the 5th week, this is the cup of sugar she used. So it's this cup of sugar. So at the 5th week. All right, and then the next thing is, how much sugar does she use for cookies over half a year? Half a year, you need to know how many weeks. That's why the question actually gives you a very big hint. They say 1 year is 52 weeks. So half year, that means 52 divided by 2. So you have 26 weeks. Okay, so 26 weeks is equal to half year. This is some common sense, but I hope you have. All right, so therefore, they want to know how much sugar does she use. So that means you want to find something like S26. All right, because you have to sum from the 1st week until the 26th week, then only you can find out the total sugar she used. So definitely for Sn in GP, you have 4 formula to choose. One is A, 1 minus R power of N over 1 minus R. Minus 1 over 1 minus R. The other one is Sn equals to A, Rn minus 1 over 1 minus R. R minus 1, sorry. Okay, which one to use? So over here is very dependent on R. In order to use the first one, the R must be less than 1. In order to use the second one, the R must always be bigger than 1. All right, so normally how do I remember this, or how do I understand this is, I will always assume, this is the method I use for myself, right? I will always assume the denominator must make it positive. You see, if I want to make my denominator positive, I put in any number bigger than 1. Let's say 1.5. 1 minus 1.5. Then I will get negative 0.5. That means this value must be less than 1. So therefore, if the R is less than 1, I will choose this one. Same thing to this one. You always want to make it positive, right? If R is less than 1, you imagine 0.8 minus 1. You get negative 0.2, right? So you cannot get negative, you must get positive. So R must be bigger than 1. Right? This is how I remember which formula to use. In this case, our R is 2/3. So definitely it's less than 1. So we will actually choose the first formula. All right, so I just apply in. So my A is basically 2. 1 minus 2/3 power of N, 26. Over 1 minus my R is 2/3. And then you just use the calculator to get this 3 mark. 1 minus 2/3 power of 26. And then I multiply 2 divided by 1/3. The bottom is just get 1/3, all right? Divided by 1/3. So you will get 5.9998. So I will say it's 6 cups. All right, it's very obvious. All right, the next one, the question C over here is, if the sugar used to reduce continuous, means the one Nariza, Nariza is Noriza. So you are going to keep on reduce 1/3 for each week. So estimate the maximum number of sugar used to make all the cookies. So he's going to keep on reduce until very, very, very small number. All right, and then the question basically asks you to estimate the maximum number of sugar, means total how much actually the one Noriza actually use. So because the number will become smaller and smaller and smaller, you have to sum them together. You know this is sum of infinity, because the smaller value will keep on going until infinity. So this question, the only tricky part is you must get this idea is it actually will become sum of infinity. If you don't get it, you won't get this 2 mark. And sum of infinity formula is A over 1 minus R. That's all. So therefore, my A is 2, my R is 2 or 3. So you get 6. So that means even if keep on reducing, maximum one Noriza will only use 6 cups of sugar, no matter how many weeks he use. Because I means maybe after 36 weeks already, because 36 weeks use 6 cups, right? It means after 36 weeks already, means he used an extremely small volume of sugar until you didn't count it. Right? This is the idea lah. Okay, so this question is a little bit difficult if you don't get it, but I hope you can actually get it. Okay, so far so good. Before I move to the next question, okay, let me just drink a water. All right. Question number 5. Question number 5 is the vector question. Okay. For this vector question, normally I will write down all the information into a diagram first. AP ratio PB is 1:2, so this is 1:2. RC, okay, BC and RC is 3:1. BC, B to C is the whole thing. R to C is one thing. So the whole thing is ratio 3. One of it is 1, so this is 1, 2 as well. All right, so must read carefully. And then A to P is 4x. That means from A to P here is actually 4x. And then A to C is 6y. So from A to C here is 6y. Right, this is all the information we have. Then the first thing express in terms of x and y for CP. Now we want from C to P. So it's very obvious. If you don't see it, I can actually sketch it out. This is C, this is P. You want to go to CP, so you can know this is CA plus AP. Right, CA is basically negative 6y, because 6y is AC, so CA is negative 6y. AP is 4x. Right, so yeah, so CP, I mean, for first one, CP is just 4x minus 6y. Right, or you want to actually more detail, maybe you can write it here equals to CA plus AP. Then only you substitute the thing into it. All right, this one should be very simple. All right, then we go to the second one, CR. C to R. Okay, so in order to do the C to R, we will actually need, okay, we know C to R basically is equals to 1/3 of C to B, isn't it? CR actually take 1, CR itself is 1/3 of CB, isn't it? So this is how I got it. Then in order to get CP over here basically I know is CA plus AP plus AB. All right, so this is 1/3. CA is negative 6y. Very easy. Okay, and A to B. A to P, 1 ratio means 4x. So 2 ratio means x. So from A to B is total will be 12x. And then both divided by 3, you get negative 2y plus 4x. All right, very easy. All right, so, okay, so the next thing is, so can you explain the ratio BC ratio RC? BC ratio RC. Okay, let me just draw it out. BC ratio RC. So this is B, this is R, this is, okay, just assume they are the same. Okay, the question tell you BC ratio RC is equals to 3:1. That means from B to C itself, is 3 unit. I mean, not to say unit, 3 ratio. And then from R to C over here, it's only 1 ratio. So therefore, you have to guess what is R to B. Since the total will be 3, right? So R to B definitely will be 2. Your total must become 3, right? Yeah, I hope I do answer your question for me. All right, so where are we? Okay, we just finished the A, then we go into the B. Okay, hang again. My God. Okay, before I go to B, I will do the same thing again and again, which is restarting this one. Okay, I'm not sure why. Just, yeah, I hope so far you can actually understand what I'm teaching, because it's about around 1 hour already. Okay, then actually move it back. I will actually do the same thing again and again. Move to 200. I scroll down first, then only zoom in will be easier. Okay, so then we go to part B. If CP is extended to the point D, okay, so C, where is CP? C to P, okay, is extended to the point D such that CD equals to ratio CP. Where's D? Okay, where's P? CP. All right. Okay. The question is trying to say something like this. You're going to extend here. I mean, let me use the not so thick. You're going to extend here to the point D, such that this thing happen, CD equals to HCP. That means C to D, the ratio will be H of C to P. So H here is just it's just sort of ratio lah. You don't worry so much about H. All right, then A to D, from A to D is basically equals to 6x minus 3y. All right, 6x minus 3y. So, okay, so I can assume 6x, because here is 4x already, right? 6x maybe just add another 2 more x, another 2 more x here. And then minus, because this is 6y, so minus 3y, that's been going down. All right, so total here is 4x plus 6 plus 2x will be 6x minus 2y to become AD. So this is A to D. Okay, it's a bit messy lah. So I hope you can actually see that. Okay, so find the value of H. So. Okay, let me see what we can do. Of course, we can do about CD. Okay, yeah. So I will just substitute the things. Okay, so let me use the empty space here. Okay, let me use green color. Okay, so I will say CD, I say this is a question give, equals to HCP. So CD can be CA plus, CA plus AD. Because I have AD, the question actually gives me the AD. Equals to HCP. I mean from C to P. C to P, we already got it at the first one, right? This is C to P. CP is 4x minus 6y. All right, so I have CA. CA is negative 6y. And I have AD. AD is over here. Plus 6x minus 3y. Equals to, I multiply H into it, maybe 4hx minus 6hy. All right, then I will actually join the y and y together. So -3, -6, I'll get -9y. All right, so I can't erase again. So this is -9y plus 6x equals to this thing. All right, then the next thing I will do is I basically comparing x. I will comparing the x. Here is 4h for x. Here is 6 for x. So I will say 4h equals to 6. So h basically equals to 6 over 4 or 3 over 2. You should get the same answer when you're comparing y. So if I comparing y here, since there's no space, I will write on the top here. If I comparing y, my y over here is -9. Here is -6h. So I can say -6h equals to -9. H equals to -9 over -6. H is equal to 3 over 2 also. You will find out both also will give you 3 over 2. All right, this is how actually we solve the 3-mark question, and you can realize it's hang again. So yeah, there's no choice. I have to close again. I guess it will actually hang for every one question, every single question. All right, good. Like at least I no need to do that one again. Okay, so come, let's have a look on the 3 goal question. Okay, you want to prove this one? I go with this one. This is 2 marks. So 2 mark, I assume is maximum 3 step. Maximum 3 step. Maybe maximum is 4 step. All right, if you do more than that, yeah, you definitely go somewhere wrong. All right, so over here, a lot of students ask me, should they choose right-hand side or they should choose left-hand side? I always ask my student to choose the side with more information, which is left-hand side in this case. Because if you choose sine 2 theta, it's very hard for you to actually change it back to the left-hand side. So in this case, I will actually choose this one. Cos theta 1 minus cos 2 theta. All right, for cos theta over here, okay, I mean for cotangent theta over here. Cotangent, you have 2 choices. One, you know basically cotangent theta equals to 1 over tangent. The other, you know basically cotangent theta equals to cos theta over sine theta. In this case, obviously, very obviously, tangent is not going to help us to do anything. So I will not choose the first choice. I will go into the second choice. So I will change my cotangent into the cos theta over sine theta. All right, since here we have a sine at the denominator, what I will do here, because cos theta, you have 3 formula. You have cos square theta minus sine square theta, or you can have 2 cos square theta minus 1, or you can be 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Okay, so in this case, because I see my denominator is a sine, so I will choose the third option. Because if I choose the third option, maybe later I can simplify it. Who knows? So I change it into 1 minus 2 sine square theta. All right, then I will multiply the negative into the both. And you will see 1 minus 1, basically, 1 minus 1, basically I gone. I will become 0. And negative multiply negative 2, basically you will get cos positive 2. So I will say cos theta over sine theta is actually bracket 2 sine square theta. And then the next step is sine and sine I simplify. So I will get 2 sine theta cos theta, which is the answer, sine 2 theta. All right, there's so many possibilities. In order to understand which choice you have to choose, is very much based on the experience. So how to gain the experience? Take out your trigo reference book, do all the identity part question. You do as many questions as possible, then you can gain as many experience as possible. Right? So yeah, I know it's just too much. Okay, so let's move on to the second part, part B. Okay, part B is a little bit different. Why I say a little bit different is because I see 2 theta here. Anyways, if you see carefully, you will find out this equation is totally same with this equation. And then you see the word hangs here. When you see the word hangs here means what? Means you have to use the information above. So therefore, I know the whole thing actually equals to sine 2 theta. So I can say sine 2 theta equals to negative half. And most of the time, if you see angle is between 0 to 360, and you see 2 theta for sine, cos, or tangent, means you have to rotate 2 rounds later. You have to rotate 2 rounds to find the angle. 3 theta means 3 rounds, 4 theta means 4 rounds, something like that. Because later your answer need to divide 2. This is the reason why you need to rotate 2 rounds. All right, anyways. Okay, let us do trigo. I hope at least you understand about trigo. If not, this question going to be like take me so much time to explain this. All right, so whenever you do trigo, the other side is negative. What I will do is I will always do the reference angle first. What's the meaning for reference angle here? Mean you move the sine to the other side. You ignore about negative. This is how we do reference angle. And then the calculator will tell you it's 30 degrees. Okay, now your reference angle is 30 degrees. Then you have to think, this is negative, right? Add sugar to coffee. You should know negative actually mean third and fourth quadrant. Third quadrant in the first round is 180 plus angle. Fourth quadrant, it will be 360 minus angle. And if I rotate second round, mean both of these quadrants have to plus 360. So this one will be 540 plus angle. This one will be 720 minus angle. Okay, I will not choose first and second quadrant because in first and second quadrant, sign actually getting positive. All right, this is the idea why I choose the third and fourth. So therefore, if you understand this, I will continue from here. Therefore, if I move my 2 theta to the other side, I will get third, right? Third is 180 plus reference angle. So it's 210. 180 plus 30. The second one will 360 minus 30, 330. The next one will be 540 plus 30 with 570. And 720 minus 30 will be 690. Okay, you might, over here, you might be very curious. And then you think that this angle already more than 360 already. Can this answer be accepted? Actually, it can, because over here, you see carefully, this is 1 theta only. But then you have 2 theta here. So you have to move your theta 2 to the other side. I mean, divide 2 for every single one. This one you get 105. This one you get 155. This one you will get 285. And this one you will get 345. And then you find final answer is totally between 0 to 360. All right, this is a reason why I would say you need to rotate the second round. If you can't understand about rotate a second round, yeah, please go to watch my video. I actually do make a video specially for that. Okay, so yeah, let's break for the 1 or 2 minutes, and then we will continue discuss. Is there anything you want to ask me? Yeah. Okay, I will come back in 30 seconds. Okay, I'm back. So let's move on. Let's continue to the next question. Okay, we are already in the section B. Okay, so let's have a look at this question. So in order to solve this question, make sure you have the Z value table. Yeah, I don't think this paper actually that include the Z value table here. So let's see, does we have the Z value table here? Yeah, we don't have the Z value table here, but it doesn't matter. I have it myself. So yeah, if you are over there, please make sure you go to actually take it out yourself. Okay, so let's have a look at this question. Okay, the first one, normally A, we don't use the Z value table. Okay, So you forgot to, oh yes, I forgot to sketch. I thought I finished about this question already. My bad. All right, so yeah, let's have a look on the sketch part. So yeah, thanks for remind. Also, yeah, I thought I finished about whole 6 questions. That's why I say break for a few minutes. All right, anyways, let's come back to this one. In the part C here, they ask you to sketch the graph here. So before you sketch the graph, you have to find out this one exactly same with the sine 2 theta, isn't it? So I know this one basically is y equals to 2 modulus sine 2 theta, and then you have the positive 1 here. And then the range here basically trying to tell you when you want to sketch, must sketch in radian, because you see the pi there. Whenever you see pi means you must in the radian. All right, so therefore, okay, if without +1, what happened is, okay, for this thing, I mean for 2 modulus sine 2 theta, actually is basically the same with the 2 sine 2 theta modulus. Right? Even you want to leave outside, it doesn't matter also. But what I'm trying to say is, you have to understand 2 itself basically is mean the amplitude here. All right, the 1 means your graph later have to shift 1 unit, have to shift 1 up, mean you have to shift 1 go up, right? So, okay, so yeah, we will actually, and modulus mean your graph must be always positive. All right, this is modulus. Modulus mean always positive. All right, so yeah, this is all the idea and information we have over here. Okay, so of course I will start to sketch to show you. You just ignore about +1 first. I will show you about sine 2 theta. Oops. Let's say we will have something like this. This is sine 2 theta. That means you have 2 cycles in 2 pi. That means 1 cycle will be in 1 pi. But modulus means what? Modulus means those negative 1, you will reflect, become positive. Those negative 1, you will refract, become positive. So basically, your graph will actually look like this. All right, your graph actually will look like this. And then the +1 means what? This now is x-axis, right? That means you have to shift 1 unit to the top. That means the x-axis itself will become 1 here. Will become, maybe I call it 1 here. And your x-axis is actually at the bottom. All right, this is the whole idea on how to sketch this one, because your graph basically shift up 1 unit, right? So, okay, so you will get all positive become modulus, and your maximum here, amplitude is 2. That's mean from 1 here, you have to going up 2 unit, isn't it? So here will be 3. All right, your maximum here, the 2 amplitude mean the frequent of them is 2. All right. So if you understand this one, maybe I can sketch again, make it nicely. So therefore, I know I won't have the -1, so I don't do the negative. And then I will do the x equals to 1. Maybe I use the dot. Maybe I use a dotted line for it. All right, then I will start to sketch. I will draw 1. I will draw 2. I will draw 3. I will draw 4. Okay, it doesn't matter. Just maybe my graph is slightly smaller. I can make it longer. All right, so this is 1 because shift up 1 unit, and the maximum should be 3, as what I say just now, because the amplitude here is 2. All right, so the next thing, which is the last thing, which is the most difficult one, is label it. I mean, on the x-axis. That means you want to label all of this. All right, obviously I know here is 0. Okay, because just now I say okay, if 2 delta equals to 2 pi, 1 delta basically equals to pi. This one means 1 cycle actually it will end at pi. So over here, we know here is pi, here is 2 pi. And then you can find out, actually 1 pi is divided into the 4 different parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will try to use the pi divided by 4. So this is pi over 4. And then I keep on plus pi over 4, this is 2 pi over 4. And then I keep on plus pi over 4, this is 3 pi over 4. Then this is pi, so it's 4 pi over 4. Then plus pi again is 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4. And then 8 pi over 4 is 2 pi. All right, so basically it's very easy. You just remember 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi, 7 pi, and 8 pi. Right, this is how actually I label it. Right, and then you can easily get the 3 mark. All right, so far so good. Okay, if you can understand, I'm going to move on. Number 7. So here will be 5 questions you need to choose 4, and then yeah, let's have a look on the first one. I mean A, 7A. In the examination, it's found that 75% of the candidates pass the examination, and 12 candidates are chosen at random. So over here, at least I have some information here. So this graph have to sketch using the pen, right? No, you only sketch the graph in pencil. I mean, in SBM, never use pen to actually sketch a graph. Use pencil. I mean, if you draw this one into the SBM, use pencil. Right, don't use pen. But I think if you use pen, there should be okay. Because as what I know, if there's a graph paper, you must use pencil. But this one, because you actually sketch in the full sketch paper, so maybe you can use pencil. But I'm pretty sure if you use pencil, they won't mark you wrong. Will they reduce the mark if we use pencil? No, I don't think they will. If you try to open the first page of the paper, normally they will say about this thing. Okay, so kertas soalan ini dalam dua bahasa, soalan dalam bahasa English dihendaki soalan. Okay, in this paper, actually they do say if you go to check the SPM paper, then they should mention that like whenever you draw graph, only can allow pencil, and then pen normally they will say can only accept blue and black color. Yeah, so I think you don't need to worry so much. Just use pencil. Because this is considered sketch the graph. Because if you pen, you cannot bring the collection tab or liquid paper go into that. So pen is very dangerous whenever you sketch it. Can I use different color? Example, pencil for graph and straight line for no, only use one pencil. Yeah, don't use like a lot of color. I mean, right kalangan. If right kalangan in PM, I guess you should use pen. Yeah, but you don't worry so much. Whenever you get the SBM paper, the first page should already mention about that. Yeah, I think it is okay to just use pencil for it. All right, so okay, let's come into this question. Where am I just now? Okay. Okay, so over here, we know 75% of candidates will pass the exam. So I will say P equals 0.75. How do I get 0.75? I just use 75% divide 100, right? So Q is 1 minus P, so it's 0.25. And then my N equals to 12. All right, for the first part, find the probability that at least 10 candidates will pass the examination. So I know the X must be at least 10, must bigger or equals to 10. All right, so therefore we have 12 candidates here. We have 3 choices here. Equals to 10 or equals to, I mean, this is 10, or equals to 11, or equals plus, or equals to 12. Okay, or X equals to, I mean, it's so messy here. Let me rewrite it. Plus, probability for X equals to 12. And for this one, you just need to actually remember the formula for X equals to R. The formula is just NCR and then PR, QN minus R. All right, so I just substitute the whatever thing I have it here. So for first one is just 12C10, and then P is 0.75, and then power of 10, and then 0.25, power of 2. All right, plus the next one will be 12C11, and then 0.75, power of 11, 0.25, power of 1, plus this is 12C12 and 0.75 power of 12. I mean, this is 0.25 power of 0. All right, then you just use the calculator to solve this one. You should be able to get a very accurate answer. Okay, maybe we do it together. Let me do it quickly. 12C0 multiply 0.75 power of 10 multiply 0.25 power of 2. All right, So the first one, I will actually get 0.2323 plus the next one. So yeah, I just changed the power in my scientific calculator, and so I changed to 11, and 10 I changed to 11. So I will get 0.1267. Right, so yeah, but for this part, actually, I will encourage you to actually take as many decimal as possible. But in this one, I think 4 should be enough. This one is 1, this one is 1. So I just do 0.75 power of 12. So you basically get 0.03168. Then I will plus them together. 0.2323 plus 0.1267 plus 0.03168. So therefore, I will get 0.3907. Right, this one should be my correct answer. So what condition we should use symbol bigger? And most is about, okay. So, okay, since you asked about this, okay, at least. A lot of students will think that at least is just like this. Okay, so most of the time when I teach my student, I will teach this way. If today I'm going to give you some pocket money, I'm going to give you some money, and then I promise you, I say I will at least give you 5 ringgit. If I at least give you 5 ringgit, can I give you 5 ringgit? Yes, right. If I say I at least give you 5 ringgit, mean I can give you 5 ringgit or more than 5 ringgit. I can give you 6 ringgit, 7 ringgit. So at least actually mean bigger or equal, because I can give you 5 ringgit, right? So must have the equal over there. And at most basically is means something like maximum. If today I say at most I will give you 5 ringgit, mean maximum I will give you 5 ringgit only. I won't give you any more than 5 ringgit. So this one means at most. So at most must be less or equal. Because at most 5 ringgit, then that means you will still request 5 ringgit from me, right? Because at most I will give you 5 ringgit. Okay, unless you see something like more than, you see the word more than, then there's no equal sign. Or less than, there's no equal sign. If the question says less than, there's no equal sign. All right, so I hope I do make you understand. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so you join together and then this is your final answer. Okay, then for the part B, calculate the variance. So variance is very easy. I mean, the variance is just MPQ. So just N multiply P multiply Q. So my N over here is just 12. P is 0.75 and Q is 0.25. All right, don't add the square root. All right, if you add the square root, MPQ is standard deviation already. It's not the variance. So 12 times 0.75 multiplied 0.25. Your variance basically is 2.25. All right, very easy to get this 5 mark. All right, then we will actually go to have a look on another 5 mark here. All right, okay, this is when you should use the bell-shaped diagram. So let me erase all this, because we're not going to use here. Okay, the volume of 800 bottles of the fresh milk produced by the factories follow a normal distribution. So you know your means basically is 520, and then you know your variance. I mean, variance equals to 1600, or I can use the symbol for variance. Okay, so in this topic, variance is not useful at all. So I will change into standard deviation. So it will be square root variance. All right, so standard deviation basically equals to 40. Because in this topic, we will have this formula, Z equals to X minus mean over standard deviation. We're not going to use variance. So for variance, I will actually change it into a standard deviation. All right, this is some idea. All right, so, okay. Find the probability that bottle of the fresh milk has a random volume less than X. So less than 515 ml. So for this question, the first thing maybe I let X equals to the volume of the bottle. Then at least you know why I write like this. All right, so normally I will just copy the first sentence. because this question actually asks you to find the volume of the fresh milk. All right, so you can say the volume of fresh milk can also. You don't like the bottle, you can write fresh milk. Just for you to easy to understand it. All right, so over here they say the fresh milk have the volume less than 512. So that's mean they'll ask you to find a probability the fresh milk will have the volume less than 515. I mean 515 is not 512. All right, so therefore, in order to solve this kind of question, we have to change into the Z. So when I change the Z, what happened to the other side is the other side have to minus mean. I mean minus mean divided by standard deviation. Minus 520 over 40. All right, then you can solve this one real quick by using calculator. 515 minus 520 divided by 40. So you will get negative 1.25, negative 0.125. All right, so and then I'm going to sketch the part out to actually try to understand which part I'm trying to find. If this is center, I mean 0. Okay, here will be positive zone, here will be positive, right? And then the green color one here will be negative. So since this is negative 0.125, assume it's maybe somewhere here. I call it negative 0.125. Okay, this is just an estimation, but then as long as I draw the line on the negative zone, then my estimation is correct. So less than basically going this way, going this direction, when less than going this direction, right? So that's mean this is my shaded area. Okay, because this graph and this graph is a symmetry, right? So if I find a 0.125 here, I know this red color area and the green color area, both of the area is the same. So therefore, I always say whenever you see less and negative at the same time, you can straight away change it into the bigger and the negative will gone. Right? This is how whenever you see less and negative, you can change into the bigger and then the negative will gone. Right? So if you have bigger Z value, this here have no negative, you can find the Z value table straight away. So you do 0.125. 0.125. So you get 4502. 0.4502. All right, this is how we solve this kind of question. Okay, then before I move on, you must be careful about they want to find probability or they want to find what else. If the question trying to trap you, they doesn't ask you to find probability. They ask you to find the number of bottles who have the volume less than 515. That means if the question want to find the number of bottles, you have to use your probability multiply by 800 bottles. Because probability means something like percentage. Then you can get the number of bottles have the volume less than 515. So in this case, if I want to find that, I mean, yeah, I will actually get 360 bottles will actually have the volume less than 515. So, but in this case, they actually ask you 5 probability, so you don't need to do this. But I just tell you, the question not necessarily ask you to find probability, so you must be very careful. Okay, for the part B, I mean second part, is 480 bottles out of 800 bottles of the fresh milk have the volume greater than K. Find the value of K. So I know X basically is the volume of the fresh milk. So it says greater than K. Okay, so this is probability. So I want to know probability. Therefore, he gives you this information. 480 out of 800. This one definitely is probability. So I will say 480 divided by 800. So basically this here is, I can write equal to 0.6. Right, so same thing. If I want to use Z value table, K have to minus mean, 520, divided by standard deviation, equal to 0.6. Okay, but right now, this is the most difficult part in this whole topic. Because what? Now you have to sketch the diagram by yourself, definitely. After you sketch the diagram already, draw the middle line. This one means my right hand side is 0.5, left hand side is 0.5. The total area here is 0.5, total area here is another 0.5. All right, so first thing I will see is symbol. It's bigger. Bigger means later I have to shade toward this direction. I have to shade toward this direction. Then second, I will see the probability, 0.6. So I have to think, my Z value, let's say I call the Z value M here. My M is fall into the negative zone or positive zone. Okay, a lot of students might say positive. So let's say I randomly draw one line and positive. I assume this is M. You imagine if I shade toward my right hand side, no matter how I shade, there's no way I can reach the probability 0.5. I'm 0.6 because maximum for this half is only 0.5 here. So in order to do this, I know my M must add negative zone. Must add the negative zone. This is negative M. So therefore, from here to here total, yes, there's a possible to get 0.6 because half here is 0.5. Maybe the area here is 0.5, 0.1. That means 0.1 plus 0.5, you get 0.6. All right, so this one is the correct one. All right, but then now the second big problem over here is your Z value table maximum value is 0.5 only. There's no way you can do 0.6. So therefore, I understand in order to find this area, what I will do is I will use 1 to minus the blue color one. 1 is a total, right? If I 1 minus the blue color one, I can actually get the green color one. So I can say the blue color one is what? Probability Z is less than negative M. Correct or not? This is negative M. Go in this direction, so it will be less than. All right, so less than negative M will equals to 0.6. So therefore, I will solve this one. So probability Z is less than negative M is basically equals to 0.4. I said less than and negative happen at the same time, you can change into the bigger. So equals to 0.4. Then you just find from the table. Of course, this is probability, so you have to find inside the table. You cannot find on your left hand side, that one. So inside the table, 0.4 basically will tell me which is, the closest one will be 0.253. So therefore, the closest one will be 0.253. Isn't it? I hope I don't get anything wrong. Yeah. All right, this one is M. So if negative, you have a negative. So therefore, I know the whole thing is equal to the whole thing here. I will make the connection between them. Okay, it's hang again. So I'm going to use it here. Oh my God, I couldn't see it either. So I say K minus 520 over 40 equals to negative 0.253. And I will solve this one. 40 multiply negative 0.253 and then plus 520. Then I can easily get my answer is 509.88. Okay, this is how we solve this kind of question. It's another 5 marks for this part. So yeah, you have to understand because this question is a bit tricky. There's so many things, yeah, you have to understand. So why is the probability is negative? Why the probability is negative? The probability is not negative. Okay, this one, the negative 0.253, this one is Z value. Or some reference book actually call this one a standard score. Standard score. This is not the probability. Because probability cannot get negative. Because remember just now I'm trying to find a negative M. Probability we have already, here is 0.4, here is 0.6. We actually get the idea is, we actually use here to find this one is 0.253. So therefore this one will be negative 0.253. I hope I do answer your question for Chai Kim. Okay, so yeah, you should realize it's hang again. So yeah, I will close it, open again. Okay, so I'll close it and I'll open it. Okay, for number 8. Diagram 8 shows the straight line x plus y equals to 6, intersect with the curve at a point A. Find the coordinate of A. So whenever they are intersection, you want to find A is very easy. Always do substitution. This means I substitute this equation into the second equation, something like that. So I make x as a subject equals to 6 minus y. I call this one as my first equation. And then I call this one as my second equation. So 2y minus equals to x squared plus 4 is my second equation. I will sub the first equation into the second equation. So therefore, I have 2y equals to 6 minus y squared plus 4. So 2y equals to 36 minus 12y plus y squared plus 4. So therefore, I will solve this one definitely. Then I will have 0 here. So this one, I have y squared, negative 12y, negative 2y, negative 14y. I mean, this one is 40 plus 40. So yeah, I will solve this one definitely. Bracket, bracket, this is y, you know, get 14, 10, and 4. Minus and minus. So y equals to 4 and y equals to 10. Okay, now, something happened here. Should you choose 4 or should you choose 10? Okay, then you observe based on your observation. Yeah, basically, you will reach 4 first. So in this case, definitely I will choose 4. Because this is the first intersection point I see. So I choose the first one. Of course, there's some safer way to actually do that. What is the safer way is I trying to find this value. I find this coordinate. Because I have this straight line, right? X assuming y equals 0. X plus 0 equals to 6. So this value is 6. So if this value is 6, there's not possible I will choose 10 as my coordinate A here. So, oops, sorry. This is y, it's not x lah. I teach the whole wrong thing. Anyways, I will substitute into x to actually find. So this is x equals to 6 minus 4, x equals to 2. This is x equals to 6 minus 10, x equals to negative 4. So therefore, I will choose 2 and 4. So therefore, I know coordinate A is 2, 4. All right, so yeah, that's all. 2 mark, just simultaneous. Okay, calculate the area of the shaded region. So in this case, in order to get area of shaded region, you should know you want to do the integration. So in order to do the integration, you have to know there's no way you can straight away do for this diagram. So you have to split this diagram into 2 parts. So the first part is I will split like this. I will split like this. All right, so I will integrate the curve from 0 to 2 for the part A. And then I will find the area of triangle for the part B. Then I'll plus both together, then basically I get a shaded area. So this is the idea. So let's see how we do this idea. Okay, so yeah, I will say shaded region. All right, so I will do A first. A is, part A is basically I want to integrate the straight line. Of course, over here, they're trying to trap you. They give you this one, you couldn't straight away integrate like this. So we're going to make y as a subject. Y equals to half x squared plus 2. Meaning you divide 2 for the whole equation. So now I can integrate from 0 to 2, half x squared plus 2. Plus the area of triangle. This area of triangle is quite easy to find. 2 to 6 here with 4. And then from 0 to 4 here with 4. So it will be half multiply 4 multiply 4. All right, this is how we get shaded region. Then, of course, this one you have to integrate it. This one will be x cubed over 6 plus 2x, 2 plus 2 plus 8. So this one we substitute the 2 into it. It is 8 over 6 plus 4 minus 0 plus 8. So therefore, yeah, use calculator for this one. 8 over 6 plus 12. Yeah, you get the area is 40 over 3. Right, it's not too difficult as long as you understand it. Then the second part, the volume generated in terms of pi when the region is powered by the curve y equals to 4 and rotation 180 about the y-axis. So yeah, they want to find what. Let me draw y equals to 4 first. That means they must passing through A. All right, because A, the y value is 4. So this line is y equals to 4. So the area area surrounded by the curve and y-axis and y equal to 4, basically they're trying to say about this area. So this area going to rotate on the y-axis 180 degree. Then you will need to find out what is that. Powered by the curve. Let me see. Is it powered by the curve? Okay. Region powered by the curve and the straight line. Oh, it doesn't say y-axis. That's mean the whole region here. All right, so basically what you do is, you know, after he rotates 360 degree, he actually will form a volume. Okay, so but something you want to know is it rotate on the y-axis, you want to make x squared the subject. So basically x squared from here, x squared equals to 2y minus 4. So our formula for volume is basically volume equals to pi x squared dy. So yeah, and then definitely you know this is 4, but you do not know what is the minimum here. So we will need to find a minimum, but the minimum luckily is the y-intercept. We make x equal to 0, we know this is 2. So therefore, pi, this one will be from 2 to 4, and my x squared is 2y minus 4 and dy. Then I just integrate this one and should be able to get the correct answer. So pi, this is 2y squared over 2 minus 4y. For 2, y and 2 are simplified. So this is pi 16 minus 16. And then minus, this is 2, substitute here, 4 minus 8. All right, so this one basically 0. This one will be 4, so it's just 4 pi. So this is how we actually find the volume. How should we know when to put x or y as a subject? Okay, how do you know when to put x and y as a subject? All right, so depend the area. Okay, we go to area first, then we need to go volume. If your area is go into the x-axis one, is go into the x-axis. It means from the curve to the x-axis. Obviously, it's not to the y-axis. So if the curve to the x-axis one, you always want to make y as a subject. Okay, so the other way around, if the area is toward the y-axis, okay, maybe A to B. This one, you have to make x as a subject. Okay, same thing to the volume. If I have one area here, it rotates on the y-axis 360 degree or 180 degree. So if you rotate on the y-axis, you want to make x squared as a subject. All right, if this thing rotate on the x-axis, you want to make y squared as a subject because of the formula pi a to b, and then this here will be dy, and then this one same thing. So yeah, it will be dx. All right, I hope I do answer your question for Fumi. Okay, this is linear law. Okay, let's have a look on the linear law question. Okay, table 9 show the values of two variables x and y obtained from an experiment. So the y and x are related by this equation, such that a and b are constant. So construct a table for square root x. So you will need to do a square root x table and use your calculator to do it. So here is square root 10, square root 20, square root 30, square root 40, square root 50, and square root 60. I mean, of course, you have to change it in the decimal, but when you change it in the decimal, remember, take at least 2 decimal. I think 2 decimal will be good lah. No need more than 2 decimal, because yeah, in the graph itself, in the graph paper itself, there's no way you actually can see more than 2 decimal, unless your skill is very, very, very small. Okay, so this part actually you need to sketch it yourself. I mean, okay, now we form already, then we get 1 mark easily. Plot the graph y against square root x. Okay, so you're going to plot the graph, but before you plot the graph, you have to understand the equation. So I want y against square root x, right? That means here must be y, here must be square root x. So I will solve this equation first, see whether I can form it into the y equals to mx+c or not. So the first thing is I try to move the square to the other side, become square root, because I want to get a square root x. So if I move the square root here, I will get square root of 35a squared. So y minus b, this is square root 35 multiplied square root a squared. So basically, y minus b equals to 5 square root. Is it a? Oh, ax. I forget about x. No wonder. Multiply with square root x. So square root a with square root is a square, square and square root cancel. You left a square root x. And then I will move the b to the other side. It's 5a square root x plus b. Okay, then I fulfill all the condition. This is my y. This one will be my m. This one will be my x. And this one will be my c. All right. So if I have all of this one, I can easily solve the rest of the question. So yeah, this question, you'll try to do it yourself. It's very easy. And there's no log include. So yeah, I will skip this question. Okay, let me just discuss a bit. I just feel that straight away skip is very bad. But it's very hard for me to actually do it unless we have the graph paper over here. Anyways, yeah, if you can't do this question, please tell me personally. Okay, so go into the question 10. Okay, solution to this equation by skill drawing were not accepted. Diagram 10 diagram 10 show a straight line AB intersect with BD at a point B. Straight line BD intersect as y-axis at the point C, and O is origin. Okay, there's nothing special here. The angle ABC is 90, so here will be 90 degrees, according to the question. And the equation of the straight line BD is 2x plus y, 2y plus x plus 6 equals 0. So the first thing is, whenever I see 90 degrees, the first thing come to my mind is m1, m2 equals to -1. So in order to use this one, I will need to know at least the gradient for this one. Then only I can find the gradient for the second one. So luckily we have the equation here. So I make this equation into the y equals to mx plus c. So basically 2y equals to -x plus 6. Minus 6, sorry. Minus x minus 6. So y basically equals to -half x minus 3. All right, so now we know in the y equals to mx plus c form, we know our gradient is -half. Then I can substitute into here, so -half multiply second gradient equals to -1. So second gradient equals to 2. So therefore we know this gradient basically is equals to 2. Okay, so if you know the gradient already, so what you can do next is basically form the equation. We have the formula to form the equation. Y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. So in this case, my y1 and x1 is the coordinate on AB, because it asked me to find the equation of AB. So my y is 9, my gradient is 2, my x is -4, so plus 4. So my equation is equals to 2x plus 8 plus 17. Right, this is how we find the equation of AB. It shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so let's move on to the coordinate B. So coordinate B basically is the intersection point. I say intersection point, always do simultaneous. Since we have this equation, y equals to 2x plus 17. So I'm going to substitute this equation into this equation in order to find the coordinate B. So therefore, 2y, my y is 2x plus 17 plus x plus 6 equals to 0. So I will solve this equation. So 4x plus 34 plus x plus 6 equals to 0. So this one, 4x plus x, it will be 5x. This one will be 40. Positive 40, I move the other side, equals to -40. So x equals to -8. I mean x equals to -8, and then we have to find the y. So y equals to 2 -8 plus 17. So y will equals to 1. So therefore, coordinate B is equal to -8 and 1. Is my answer correct? Because I did this question just now, it doesn't seem like this answer. Do I make any mistake here? Here's question number 10. Yeah, it's correct. Even though I don't think it's correct, but yeah, it should be correct. So let me move on. Since we have the coordinate B already, coordinate C, okay, find the coordinate D, which is 3CB equals to 2CD. So yeah, we have to solve this thing. I mean the ratio. But the equation, let me write it down. Not sure we're going to use it or not later. Okay, so 3CB equals to 2CD. Whenever I see something like this, because I want to do ratio, so the first thing come into my mind is always make them into the fraction. So 3BC equals to 2CD, right? I will move the letter and letter together, divide. And then number and number to get together. Okay, so that means BC over CD equals to 2 over 3. So that means BC equals to 2, CD equals to 3. All right, the question basically asks you to find the coordinate of D, is not mistaken. Where are we? Yeah, the question asks you to find the coordinate of D. So in order to do the coordinate of D, we have the coordinate B here. Coordinate B here is -8 and 1. But we need to have one more coordinate in order to use that formula. So I can easily get C. C is a y-intercept of this equation. Or you can say C is y-intercept, means x equal to 0. So I take this equation and then I make x equal to 0. So I get 2y equals to -6, y equals to -3. Then I can easily get my coordinate C, which is -0, -3. All right, so yeah, so after we have all this, yeah, just use the ratio formula. So I use my ratio formula here real quick. So that means, okay, this one I know I do x and y. So 2 have to multiply the further one, I call 2x. 3 have to multiply the further one, plus 3 -8 over 2 plus 3, 5 should equal to first coordinate, which is 0. So therefore, I will have 2x equals to, this is -24, right? So equal to 24, x equals to 12. All right, then I will do the same thing for y. 2 have to multiply the further one, so it will be 2y plus 3 have to multiply with 1. So plus 3 over 2 plus 3, which is 5, equals to the second coordinate, -3, because we are doing the y here. So 2y equals to -10, 2y equals to -15, I mean -15, -18. So y equals to -9. So therefore, our coordinate D itself is 12 and -9. Right, is my answer same as yours? Yeah, then I guess most of the time it is correct. But let me just double confirm with marking scheme. Yep, it's correct. Then the next thing is, yeah, is hang. Yeah, we'll go to the area of triangle real quick. Okay, then in order to get the area of triangle, we'll use the formula for area, which is half, and then x1, x2, x3, done it. So how do I determine which one is x1, x2, x3? I will follow the sequence. This is BOD, right? I will start with B first. O is always 0, 0. D is the coordinate we find just now, which is 12, -9, if not mistaken. So 12, -9. And then the next one is 0, 0. All right, so, to find the area, you must know the pattern of multiply. They multiply like this and plus together, minus, they multiply like this, and plus together. All right, so, therefore, this is -8 multiplied 0 is 0, 0, 0, everything gets 0. The other way is, no, the last one is not 0, my bad. Last one is just repeat the first one, -8 and 1. No wonder I say why everything gets 0. So 8 multiplied 0 is 0. This is 0. 12 multiplied 1 is 12. All right, and then minus -8 multiplied -9, -72. This one is 0. This one is 0. So yeah, we just need to simplify this one. This is plus, so it can be 84. So therefore, my area is 42 units square. Okay, so far so good. Can you understand or not? Yeah, there is something wrong because the answer marking scheme says it's 30. Oh, okay. This is positive 72, my bad. Because -8 times -9 is positive. So therefore, this is not 84 anymore. It's minus. Minus, you got 60. So area will be 30 units square. Right, yeah, just some carrier mistake. So let me move on to the point, the locus. This one obviously is a locus question. Locus always use this term formula to solve it. All right, please remember this one. So point P moves such that it's equal distance from point A and B. Find the equation of the locus P. So you have A and B here. Yeah, I shouldn't erase the coordinate B, but I think it's somewhere here. Okay, should be good. That means you have one line. It will always equal distance from A to B. When I say that, what do I mean? Means if I add a midpoint, A and B will be same distance with the locus P. If even I move until here, A and B is still the same distance here. Even I move until here, A and B is still the same distance here. So this is the reason why we use locus to actually solve this one. So what the hint we should get from here? One very important hint we should get from here is because they say A and B is equal distance. Yeah, here actually it says the locus P moves such that he equal distance from A and B. Find the equation of locus. So equal distance, that means I will say A to the P is same with the B to the P. All right, then I just use a distance formula to you can solve this one easily and real quick. Okay, so P is unknown. I just call it X and Y. A is over here, so I will say X plus 4 square plus Y minus 9 square. All right, and then it equals to BP. We have the B here, right? So I will say Y minus plus 8 square plus Y minus 1 square. Okay, so in order to get the locus, you have to make this equation into 0. Yeah, I know it's positive 32. I changed already. So square root and square root, I simplified. Yeah, since this is the last part, so I erase this one. So I want to form a locus. I just expand all the equation. This is x squared plus 8x plus 16 plus y squared minus 18y plus 81 plus y squared plus 16y plus 64 plus, where's the equal sign? Where's the equal sign? Equal sign should be 81 here. Oops, sorry. Here should have an equal sign here. Okay, okay. Here will be plus y squared minus 2y plus 1. All right, so the first thing I do is, I solve the x squared first. Sorry, this is x plus a. Why are so many carrier mistakes? No wonder I can't get x. So this is x squared plus 16x. All right, so I will solve the x squared. X squared and x squared are simplified no more already. Y squared and y squared are simplified no more already. Okay, now 8x and 16x I will move to this side. So minus 8x, I will actually get another x. Then I do y. Since I move to the other side already, so this one 18y, I move to the other side, it become positive 16y. Okay, so because minus 2y. And number here, let's say 82. 82 plus 16 is 98. So total you have 98. So this is 64, right? So 64 minus 98. Negative 34. Okay, so equals to 0. Okay, this is how we actually form the locus. And then we actually think that it can simplify. Let's see, I guess the number there's some problem. Yeah, this is not 16. This one should be 64. Hey, this is 16. I'm just very blur now. This is 81. Oh, we still have one here. 64. Okay, let me just use calculator to solve all the number. So I thought it's the minus 16y. Where do we have minus 16y? Negative 80. Yeah, it's negative 6. Oh, it's negative. Yes. I mean, no. If here is negative 18y, move to the other side, it should be positive. You see negative 18y here? Move to the other side, should be positive 18y. So yeah, it's fine. Here will be 16 plus 81. So 16 plus 81, you get 97. 97 move to the other side. This is 65 minus 97. Yeah, you get negative 32. Yeah, then this is good. Then divide 8 for a whole equation. I get x plus 2y minus 32. Okay, this is my locus. Hey, divide 8. Why I didn't divide 8? Minus 4. All right, so yeah, this is how we do the locus question. And do we still have? Okay, one last question, then I will end the class today. Is there anything you want to ask, or is there anything you don't understand? If good, then okay, let's go into this question. Wait, this diagram seems a little bit complicated. I hope it's not too hard. Okay, so diagram 11 show the sector OAPBM. PBM. Okay, this is a sector here. And with center O and OCE. OCE is another sector, center with O. And then OBC. OB and C is a straight line. All right, this is another straight line. And this is right angle. All right, nothing special there, the information. Okay, OM is equal to 10. O to M is 10. So I just do some remark here. That means here to here. O to M. Here is 10 basically. It's easy. So, and then B to C is 6. So here will be 6. And then M is the midpoint. Is the midpoint of OD. So that means I know here have another 10. The M is the midpoint of OD. And refraction angle 280 is given. All right, so find the radian. We will need to find radian. So let me digest a while. Yeah, we just need to solve this. I just need to solve this triangle. I draw this triangle first. This is 90 degrees. Here will be 20. Here is 10, right? 10 plus 6. Here will be 16. I want to find this angle first. Maybe I call it angle 1. All right, so I want to find angle 1. All right, so this is 90 degrees. Definitely we can use sine, cos, and tangent. We can use so, ka, tua. Okay, definitely now we don't have the O. We don't have opposite. So I will not using anything. Also, I will use cos. So cos theta 1 equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So I will change my calculator into radian in order to solve this one. Okay, angle unit radian. Okay, so I will say shift cos 16 over 20. Or you can say 3 over 4 is the same thing. I mean 4 over 5. Oh, yeah, 4 over 5. Anyway, yeah, the radian is 0.6435. This is radian. because the answer want you in radian. We know this, if here is one whole cycle actually equals to 2 pi. I can use 2 pi minus angle 1 minus the 280. Of course, I cannot accept 280 here. This is degree. I want to change the radian, I will multiply pi over 180. This is for formula. All right, so I will use 280 multiply pi over 180. This is, yeah, I will get some 4.8869 radian. So in order to solve the part A, the answer, the theta equals to 2 pi minus these two answers. So 2 pi minus 4.8869 minus 0.6435. Then you can get the correct answer. So I say 2 pi minus answer minus 0.6435. So your radian should be 0.752728. Okay, this is how I get the radian, because I actually know that if I can find it delta 1 here, I can find the angle. Right, so since we have the delta 1, I will write it out, because later maybe we need to use it. This is 0.6435. And then we have the delta, definitely later we will use it. So delta basically equals to 0.7528. Right, so okay, then I will erase some of the part, then we go to the part B. Okay, into the part B over here. Okay, find the parameter of the whole diagram. So basically, you need to find a parameter of the whole diagram. What the parameter trying to mean is this one, plus this one, plus this one, plus this one, plus this one. Okay, this is a parameter of the whole diagram, which I already shaded it into the red color part. Okay, so yeah, so I know here is 10. Here is 10. It's very easy. And then I know here is 6. Of course, I can find here using Pythagoras. I think if this is 5, this is 4. If I divide 4, so this is 3. So here will be 12. Right? 3, 4, 5 Pythagoras, or you can use Pythagoras formula. It doesn't matter. And then yeah, here is 20. So the only information I don't have is the arc AB. So I need to find the arc AB. Or you can say APB, it doesn't matter. This is S equals to R theta. R is 10, theta is basically equals to 0.7528. So this one will be 7.528. So this one is 7.528. Then you can get the parameter easily by just sum all together. All right, so yeah, let me just sum all together maybe. So parameter is equals to all plus together 10 plus 7.528 plus 6 plus 12 plus 20. This is the parameter of the whole diagram. Then use calculator to solve this one. 7.528 plus 6 plus 12 plus 20. Yeah, so the parameter final answer should be 55.528. Is this cm? Yeah, it's cm. Yeah, right, the cm. Okay, then the question, the second part, 4 mark, they ask you to find the area of the shaded region. It's hang again, but let me finish this one first. Okay, so I want to find the area of shaded region. Okay, one by one. There's so many things here. Okay, this one is a part A. This one is part B and part C. So actually, we separate out A, B, C, easier for you to understand. So I find the part A first. Part A. So, okay, part A is basically using the whole sector minus a triangle, isn't it? Yeah, we have the formula to actually find segment, because this area itself, I mean, if we have the things like this area itself, we call it segment. And then actually we have the formula for segment is 1/2 r square and then theta minus sine theta. Okay, this is sort of formula for segment. So if you understand about this formula, you can straight away do 1/2, r is 10 square. Theta you have already, theta is 0.7528 minus sine theta, sine 0.7528. But you must be very careful when you use this one, because this is radian. You have to always make sure you calculate it in radian in order to use that. So I will I will press this one first. I mean 0.77528 minus sine 0.7528, and then multiply 100 divide 2 multiply 50. So yeah, this part is 3.456. And then I write more decimal first, centimeter square. This is part A. Right, then we done the part A, then we find the part B. Yeah, if we find part B and part C. Okay, in order to find part B, actually, I know actually I can find the whole thing. I mean the whole area of triangle minus this part. Then I can get B and C. Basically, this is the way. Yeah, and then this is the segment formula. And this segment formula actually they simplified from the sector formula and triangle formula. Okay, when I finish, I can explain about segment formula if you don't understand about segment. Right, so let's come back to this one. Okay, so I want to find this part. So in order to get the blue color part, which you see over here, I use a big sector minus a small sector. To get this one, I will use the big sector, which means the radius is 16. So a half 16 square theta. Theta is 0.6435. Minus the smaller sector is half 10 square, 0.6435. All right, so I use a big sector minus a small sector. All right, it's very obvious. So yeah, just use the calculator to do this one. 16 square. And then multiply with the angle 0.6435 minus 1/2 multiply 10 square multiply 0.6435. Right, then I can get this area basically equals to 50.193. Then I just find the area of triangle. Area of triangle is half multiply 16 multiply 12. So it's just 96, isn't it? 16 times 12 divided 2. Yeah, 96. All right, so if I use 96 to minus this one, I can get B and C. Because 50.193 is the blue color here. If I use the total triangle minus these two, then I can get that one. So I can say part B part B plus C is actually equals to 96 minus 50.193. Right, then I can get minus 50.193. Then I will get 48.807. Right, so then I sum both of them, then I can get the area of shaded region. So yeah, so I will say area of shaded region, SR stands for shaded region, equals to 3.4558 plus 45.807 plus 3.4558. So your final answer should be 49.263 centimeters square. All right, this is how we actually get. Yeah, this is how we actually get the shaded region. It shouldn't be too hard. And yeah, about the segment formula, actually it's quite simple. We know about sector. Sector is what? R theta, right? So it'll be half R square theta. If you want to find the area of triangle, we learned about half AB sine C. Remember this one? So I want to find segment, so therefore I will minus the triangle, right? Triangle is half. AB is two sides. In this condition, A and B is the same thing. So it'll be R multiply R is R square. And then sine theta. And then you find out both of them also have R square, half R square, isn't it? So I factorize out half R square. So therefore I get theta minus sine theta. So this is how the segment formula comes from. Yeah, if you don't understand about this one. If you understand, you use segment formula, sometimes it will be very fast. Okay, I guess that's all. Any question you want to ask before I end about this virtual class? Okay, so the first thing I will do is I will always stop the screen recorder first. And then I will stop the screen sharing. Yes, so yeah, it's quite tiring. Yeah, I mean, talk non-stop for 2 hours. So if there's not much thing you want to ask, then I guess I will end the class. And then because actually I actually broadcast live to the I broadcast live to the YouTube. So I guess the video will automatically upload to the YouTube within 30 minutes. So yeah, you can go to watch again, and then actually we'll screen record the whole section, because when you see the video upload by YouTube one, that one don't have the mouse cursor. Not to say don't have the very minimized mouse cursor, very hard for certain students to see. So actually I will upload one more by myself. So but anyway, if you miss out any part you don't understand, you can actually go to rewatch it. I hope actually can make you understand better. And for the next week we might go to discuss Terengganu paper. After Terengganu paper, we will go to discuss about Kelantan paper. But Kelantan paper, there's some issue for me because I haven't teach in Malay for years, because Kelantan paper only have in the Malay version. So I don't know I can do it or not. All right, so I will see first. I will actually print out the paper and will try to do. If I can do, then we'll have the Kelantan paper. But because a lot of students request about Terengganu, they say Terengganu is very hard. So yeah. Now we finished about SBP, so we'll go to the Terengganu paper for next Friday. Yes, anything you want to add on before I actually end the class here? If there's no, then yeah, enjoy your weekend. And SPM is just so soon, so I hope you actually, yeah, oh, about the section C, yes, you're right. Yeah, section C we will discuss on next Friday as well. We'll discuss about section C, then only we will go into the Terengganu paper 1. Yeah, so even I hope you can enjoy your weekend, but then yeah, the SPM is so close. It's less than 30 days, I guess. So please, even you enjoy, also do some practice, especially in MF. Yeah, try to do as many practice as possible. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all. I will actually stop the broadcast and then I will end the class. Okay, see you guys. Bye bye.